All right, Russian investigators pulling apart the wreckage of a plane after it crashed yesterday, killing all 50 people on board. The Tatarstan Airlines flight on its way from Moscow to the city of Kazan when the plane crashed and exploded in a fireball. The black boxes, we are told, have been recovered. Now safety experts are trying to determine if the 23-year-old plane, yesterday's weather, or possibly pilot error are the reasons for the crash. Peter Goelz is former managing director of the National Transportation Safety Board. Peter, until they get those black boxes and get the information on them deciphered, they're not going to know a great deal about what happened here, are they?
No, they understand that the pilot did a missed approach and was saying he was, in an unstable condition coming around for a second landing. But you won't know till you see the results of the analysis. But Russian regional airlines have a dreadful safety record.
Right. There have been a number of high-profile crashes. That soccer team that was killed a couple of years back, the entire team perished on board a flight. A missed approach. The pilot's coming in, either can't see the runway or has a problem with the airplane and therefore decides to add power to the aircraft, go around again, and try another landing.
Right. He could be too high, too low. He might feel as though the winds are too strong. There's any number of reasons why you do a go-around, but it happens virtually every day at commercial airports, and pilots just line up and do it again. Tatarstan is really kind of a picture-perfect airline for trouble. It's got one 737, a couple of Airbuses, and then a hodgepodge of Russian-built planes, and it operates on the fringe of regulation. So you don't know how much training their pilots have had, how much experience they have. It's really something American consumers, they really ought to stay off these kinds of airlines, and thankfully none were on this one.
And what about the 737 itself? I mean, that is sort of the workhorse of the U.S. aviation fleet. Does this accident raise any concerns about the 737?
No, it doesn't. I mean, it's the most ubiquitous aircraft in the world today. This one, as you mentioned, is 23 years old. It's a 400 series, which is a stretched version, so it probably had 150 seats in it. This particular aircraft has been owned and sold by a half a dozen other air carriers, which would lead a question of, do they really have the maintenance records of this aircraft? Was it maintained to the type of standards that U.S. consumers are used to and demand? I think this is just going to be another case of a bad airline and poor piloting, but we'll see.
And as you point out, almost every crash in Russia over the last 5 years has been identified as being as having pilot error responsible for it. Peter Goelz from the National Transportation Safety Board, formerly. Peter, thank you.